So one of the plots that I'm obsessed with is the idea of an open prediction. Much like the any card or any number, magicians are always trying to find the best way to do the open prediction to the standards of the classic open prediction challenge set by Paul Curry or Stuart Judah or one of those. The name escapes me now, but this is just one method, and I'm sure I've touched on this before, but this is just one particular practical method that I really enjoy performing just for the spontaneity of the actual method. So this you're going to be using a concept by Leonard Green called the Happy Birthday Shuffle. So what I mean by that is that the spectator shuffles the cards and returns a deck, and you're going to make an open prediction, which is going to be the card on top of the deck. So you peek at this card however it is that you want. I usually like to dribble the cards and then just hold this back card a little bit longer, and that's the card that I choose for this open prediction. So I can announce to the spectator that more likely than not, they're going to be the Queen of Spades. So you can do whatever pattern point you want here. But here you're going to do 3 Happy Birthday Shuffles in a row. What a Happy Birthday Shuffle is just an overhand shuffle. I'm going to take this card off briefly. It's just an overhand shuffle where you're counting to yourself with the song Happy Birthday. What I mean by that, I'll explain it. So you're going Happy Birthday to you. So in that little stupid song that you're singing, of course, in your head, you're always going to get 6 cards. So this is just a way to break down a shuffle in terms of 6 in a way that doesn't seem 100% obvious to the spectator. So you're going to do 3 of those to put the Queen of Spades or whatever card is on top in the 18th position. So you could do this really nonchalantly in the context of trying to determine what card the spectator is going to have as an open prediction, or maybe asking them some sort of question to lead you to come up with an open prediction for them. But you're just going to do 3 of these in a row. And of course, you're singing in your head, Happy Birthday to you, Happy Birthday to you, Happy Birthday to you, which gives you exactly 18 cards. So if the Queen of Spades was on top of the deck, this card would now be in the 18th position, which puts you in the most psychologically valuable option, I guess, for having the spectator name a number between 1 and 20, where you say, sir, name a number between 1 and 20, but make it kind of high to make it a little bit hard. That's a little bit of a Danny Darty sort of subtlety that most likely is going to have the spectator pick a number between 15 and 19. So you tell them, think of a number between 1 and 20, but make it kind of high to make it difficult. Of course, they're usually going to forget that last line, and when you reiterate at the end that they could have really thought of any number, they're not going to recall the fact that you had restrictions on them, such as naming a number between 1 and 20, and to make it high, to make it harder for you, supposedly. So more likely than not, the spectator is going to pick the number 18, and if they do, you are golden. So let me just reiterate here. Remember, you've done 3 Happy Birthday Shuffles in a row, which puts the top card, which is the Queen of Spades, 18th from the top. So let's go over that. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, which puts the 18th from the top. Now this is going to go on top of the deck, so you're going to run off those 18 cards in that method and put them back on top, and then maybe you could do an overhand shuffle, a false overhand shuffle. I'm just using one from Erdnase here to leave the deck in the same position. So you're going to put this in front, and you're going to have the spectator name any number between 1 and 20, make it kind of high to make it a little bit difficult. Now they're going to name pretty much a number between 15 and 19. That's pretty much guaranteed if they are following your instructions. If they don't, then you can turn to another spectator and say, this might work with you. So let's say if they name 18, that's perfect. You hand them the deck, you tell them to deal the cards face up, just like this, and deal 17 cards. Face up on the table. They're going to deal 17 cards face up on the table. They deal the next one face down. And if you want, you could proceed with the regular open prediction method where they deal through the rest of the cards looking for the Queen of Spades, and it turns out to be the only face down card. Now, if they name a number less than 18, you're going to have to do a little bit of math in the simplest form. And remember, the routine is going to look the same regardless if they name 18 or if they name a number less than 18. So let's say they name the number 16. So you know that you're going to have to eliminate 2 cards from the top of the deck. So how do we do that? We're going to deal these 2 cards under the pretext of showing the spectator how you want them to deal the cards. So in this case, if they name a number like 16, you're just going to deal 2 cards and say, I want you to deal the cards face up just like this on the table. Go ahead, deal 15 cards on the table. So they're going to deal 15. And of course, you're going to be in the same position because now the 18th card is the 16th card, because of those 2 cards that you displaced. So you could do that for how many number of cards you want. Even if they name a number like 14, you could just displace the right amount of cards in the context of showing them what you want them to do. But ultimately, they deal down to the number, the 1 less than they dealt to, and they deal this card face down. Of course, this is face up for explanation purposes. They could deal through the rest of the cards, much like in the original open prediction, and you have a very clean and hands-off method that the spectator really has no way of backtracking, just because of the language used and because of the simplicity. It's very easy to do. I suggest you just try it out. Don't be worried about the spectator picking a number less than 15 or even picking 20. Of course, if they name 20, you can go, no, between 1 and 20. Hey guys, Pick Hunt here. It turns out that when I filmed that, I totally forgot to tell you what would happen if the spectator picks 19. If they pick the number 19, all you do is you have them take the deck, much like in the original routine. You don't have them touch anything, and you have them deal the 18 cards out to the table, and then you pick the 19th card. So the card that's face down would be the next card, the 19th card. Of course, you don't make reference to that, you just do it. So you have them deal 18 face-up cards, and then when it comes to the 19th card, that's the one that they choose to do and deal face down. Sorry, I forgot about that. I'm a dumb cunt. Thank you. So that's a really good open prediction. I hope you guys enjoy. I call it happy birthday open prediction. So there you go.